Shalom, Michael here, Street Corner Ministering Tour, Prescott, Arizona today. This is amazing thing that's been going on, and I haven't done a video in a long time, but enough of me, and we're going into the point to where I'm at my spiritual significance of actually believing that we really need to study and put together everything that's available upon the biblical text to actually get out of the serpent's tongue of translation. That, I've had intellect people tell me, Michael, the Bible contradicts itself everywhere. And I say I agree, 100%. But I said when you learn the Hebrew, it changes everything. And so anybody that's religious or part of the secret societies or whatever, they're not going to give you any authority or clap their hands or dance or sing or pat you on the back or give you a place to stay or resident housing or a rented building to where you could start helping people to understand the truth. You're basically ignored, laughed at, mocked, even kicked out, asked to leave, been accused of blaspheme and all that. But all in my studies, I'm going to put a couple links, hopefully, to don't worry about this man's voice. Listen to how he studies. And I've been doing this for a long time, people, and people look at me like I'm crazy. And Yeshua's redeemed me, and I understand ancient technology. I understand our past. I can see the giants and the mountains, as far as being how do you want to call it? Oh, I always forget. Plasma energy blasted them and just completely, materializes them like the pillar of salt of Lot's wife, a statue, a nuclear blast like Hiroshima. They or whatever that place is, not Hiroshima, but anyway, where the nuclear power plant blows up in China there or wherever, Japan, and there were people standing on ladders and left their imprint. It's just amazing that there's giants like that in the mountains. And the underworld and the Gadan Nidan and all these things are real, but giants, reptilians, they're all real. Upon my study and my understanding, we have people that eyewitnesses. We have people eyewitnesses to flying saucers. Most of them are government, and some of them are not. According to the study that I know. But one thing for sure is I know that there is among all the gods of the world, and Yeshua said, "You are Elohims, you are gods." I look at it as kind of like fallen angels taking on a mortal body to become the negativity in this world. And people, there is a lot of negativity. I bring forth spiritual food, joy, and love, and all this stuff all the time. But most people are not happy unless they're enslaving you, or just living out the flesh. That when you bring the truth and understanding to somebody in joy and in love and in the truth of knowing beyond the shadow of a doubt that we're trying to find comfort in a place we never asked to be born in, there has to be a deeper reason. And within my understanding right now is we're supposed to love, Yeruvabehu is Yeshua, Hashem, the name, and love our neighbor as ourselves. It's not love like, boy and girl, boy meets girl type thing. Unless you're very young at that age. I believe that marrying young is a good thing because you're not as toxic of this world as we become later on in life. We got them genetically modifying everything in the world, and most people are consuming it. And until you get redeemed or born again, you're just part of this, and you're just accepting things as they are. As you might say, the whole world is being trying to control each and every individual through some kind of super technology that we now have. And they've been planning this for a long time, and these are not perhaps the way the biblical text understands things. Excuse me, there's a truck. I'm in the parking garage at Prescott, so. But anyway, there is the biblical text of understanding, is that, there is one that looks like us, and he gave himself life. There's lots of witnesses. No matter what anybody tells you, it's still going on to this very day, since the gift of creation in the biblical text that, Moses says there'll be one like unto him. Let's hear he him, and the one like Moses was only Yeshua. That's because Yeshua said, if you love me, keep my commandments. He didn't say they were Israel's. He didn't say there was Yudavave Elohim. He said they was his, proving that he's possibly Yudavave who formed Adam out of the dust of the ground. But you have to be spiritually born again, so in righteousness. So, I often tell people, like I said, I study way too much, and I'm not very well liked about anybody. I mean, most people would rather cook me a steak, and I don't eat meat for the last 7 years, and a baked potato, and get me in some ice cream or whatever. No ice cream for since 2010, no sugar, that is. Rather than talk about the biblical text or sit down and learn how to learn the Hebrew alphabet or anything, spiritual. They would rather, show you their so-called toys of whatever the toys might be, and their material wealth, and how many ditches they need to dig to give you some money, pay you by the hour, rather than any spiritual thing about, we should be having our own community somewhere, growing our own food, making our own gold and silver, linen clothes, manna from heaven, all these things, pine needle tea, whatever it might be, because that is the spiritual significance of things. Now, I am going a little bit. One thing I want you to know is that, it's funny that, like I said, I've been studying the Ormus, the Ark of the Covenant, and monatomic gold, and manna from heaven, and all these elements and that, and I finally come to the point that I'm going to learn how to get gold out of the ground. But in that, I'm going to have to leave everybody I know for a while and just go do it. But it's kind of expensive, I just found out, so I'm working on things for that. But my point being is that I don't want to do nothing but, help people understand the truth, and then be financially secure to where if I need something or need to help others, it's always there. I don't have to worry about my pocket, or theirs. I always am willing to build the treasure in heaven, in other words. So I've often told, Yeshua says, everybody's about tithing, and 10%, you're supposed to give, and we're supposed to bring it into his storehouse, so his people don't lack anything. And in the book of Acts, they were selling everything, which we just got done with Shavuot, Pentecost as the Christians know it. But we didn't read Acts 1 and 2, verse 1 and 2, where it's telling you what the people were doing after the tongues of fire fell, the Lashon Kadosh, Esh, Rosh, upon the heads. Lashon means the tongues, Esh means the fire, Kadosh means the righteous, Rosh, upon the heads of the righteous. Or now that you have Yeshua, you're hopefully hungering and thirsting for the word which will bring righteousness, which the tongues of fire are about righteousness, Yerubave is a consuming fire, so I don't think he's going to give it to me and you. He'll just let it dance on our heads and help cleanse our temple, be part of the light of the world menorah, maybe in a way. But anyway, Yeshua said you can't change yesterday, and you don't know what tomorrow's coming. Today is today. So there's no Levitical priesthood, there's no temple. So for many, many years now, I've told people, if you just give 2 hours and 40 minutes, 10% of your time, in studying and reading the Word, telling other people about Him, praise and worship, or there's 4 things, I forgot the other one. Studying His Word, telling other people about Him, praise and worship, and helping people, grow in the walk. Let me help you in the walk. Doing good deeds, you know what I mean? I think I used to have all 4 words down, but it's been so long time. So anyway, for years I just done 2 hours and 15 minutes, every day or more, but throughout the day. So I've been explaining that's your, if He give us 24 hours in a day, you can't change yesterday, you don't know what tomorrow's coming. Today's the day. So in that 24-hour period, let's study and read His Word throughout the day, equal 2 hours and 40 minutes instead of 2 hours and 15. And then let's tell other people about Him throughout the day, mingle it in that study and in the 2 hours and 40 minutes. Praise and worship, giving Him thanks and Brokatah Yerubave, blessed are you, and then helping others, in good works. And it's not, hi, my name is Michael, I want to change your tire. Hi, my name is Michael, and Yeshua allowed me to soften my heart to help you do whatever your need is. And so change the tire, or work on your car, or help you learn about the Bible, whatever it might be. Doing good deeds and love, love Him and love your neighbor. So according to my study right now, I believe everybody's going to have a chance that when He comes out of heaven, those who confess Him, and believe, confess with your mouth and believe in your heart that Yeshua is our Mashiach, and the Spirit and the bride say, come, the Spirit is the seal. We're going to be instantly, we're building treasure in heaven right now, so He's going to personally come and get us. Take the woman to the wilderness to be fed, whatever it might be. And the rest of the creation who has to see to believe, as Doubting Thomas did, they'll be less blessed, but they'll still see and they'll confess, they'll believe in their heart and confess with their mouth that He is the Mashiach, and get to come in during that 1,000 years, and then the new heaven and new earth comes. So I googled the calculator on Google, and we do 2 hours and 14 minutes. Yesterday I did this after all these years, and calculator, and I come up with this. So I took 24 hours in a day according to Roman, Greek, Gregorian calendar we live by. So 24 times 60, which there it is. Hopefully you can see that. Wow, plus shade. 24 times 60 equals. Now this is amazing to me. 1440, 144. Now, a lot of people don't know that, the high priest garments, the bell of the pomegranate around the high priest garments all added up to 144. Amazing, and the 144,000 will be the 12 tribes of Israel, whether it be the Spirit as a seal, or it be those who haven't defiled themselves by the woman. And the woman is also Jezebel and Babylon and the religious system, as the one guy pulls up that calculate the number of the beast, there's only one word in the New Testament Greek that supposedly adds up to 666 or 666, and that is the word paradosi, and it means tradition. And believe me when I tell you, Yeshua says we're all one blood and one flock, Colossians, I think, but we are one blood and one flock, all through the biblical text. Basically, once you knew Yeshua, you're born again, you're of Him, from the tribe of Judah. The scepter shall not pass, but one blood and one flock, not 40,000 plus denominations, and the enemy's doing a very good job now separating everybody. I mean, even basically boyfriend or girlfriend are not like they used to be, or girls coming up to men or men coming up to women. Something's going on. There's a change in our DNA and artificial intelligent thinking or whatever that keeps a lot of people distant from each other, talking, communicating, sharing, loving, whatever. And so 24 times 60 is 1440. If you take the 1440 and you divide it by divide what? 10%? Divide 10 equals 144. There's 1440 divide 10, 144. And then you take that and divide 60 equals 2.4. So there's the deal there of the 2.4, 2 hours and 40 minutes. So I thought, it's kind of a witness that proves 10% of the day, 2 hours and 40 minutes, works, my friend. So if you want to consider yourself Zadik, righteous, I suggest that you start building your treasure in heaven of 2 hours and 40 minutes a day. You can do it all at once. You can do it throughout the day. I guess I could do that. To see 2 hours and 40 minutes divide 24, that's, let me see, I should be able to, calculator. Okay, 2 hours and 40 minutes divide 24 would be 10, no, I want to go 2 hours, 120 and 40, it would be 160, 160 divide 24 equals, there you go, 66666. So in order for you to get the beast out of you, if I did that right, every 6.666 minutes you better be praising Him. That's pretty flippy. 160, which is 2 hours and 40 minutes, is 60 and 60 is 120, and 40 minutes is 120, and 40 is 160. Divide 24 hours, you get the 666. That's the number of the beast out of you. And let me show you that again. Now, I'm hoping that I'll do it one more time. But to me, that to pull that up as that many sixes was 17 is amazing. Now, if I did this right, I'm going to clear it, and I'm going to do 160 minutes. 2 hours is 60, and 60 is 120 plus 40 is plus 40 is 160. So 160 divide 10 is 160 divide 10 equals 16. So, but I'm not supposed to do that. 160 divide 10. No, it's got to be 160 divide 24. 160 divide 24 equals, 160 divide 24. Now, because I come up with that number, I mean, I don't know how else to do it. 24 times 60, 24 times 60 equals the 1440, minutes in a day, and then you divide 10 equals 144, divide divide 60 minutes. 144. 144 divided 60 equals 2.4. There you go. So it's all there. Anyway, I will put a couple of links. I'm doing this in the van on the hotspot, so uploading it will be a day from now, when I get to Wi-Fi. And so within all that, Baruch atah Yodavave Lehenu Hamelech Haolam, may Yodavave Baruch bless you, and may Yeshua fill your everlasting heart, knowing that its time is near. You need to build treasure in heaven, and you need to be born again. So get into that mikveh, that living water, and get baptized, simulate death, come out in life. One baptism is the Ruach. When the tongues of fire start dancing on your head, you'll hunger and thirst after the biblical text, which will bring righteousness. And then after that, you have to study, because we live in a transliterated world. The serpent has been controlling the King James Bible and religious system very, very heavily. Truth cannot be a lie. Yeshua is the way, the truth, and life. So Mother Mary wasn't speaking English. There's like no way that ever happened. And Pastor Mark, a couple videos ago, from whatever, pulls all this up, that he brings in the Old English and all that. So there's no way that the Roman Greek Jesus will ever work for anybody. It's not in truth. It's his mercy, but we're not supposed to bear false witness. That's a pretty heavy thing, that you're not to bear false witness, you're not to have any other names upon your lips. And so learn the Hebrew, my friends. We know for a fact, because of the Dead Sea Scrolls, that Hebrew is the tongue, the Kadosh, the song. It don't mean that the cuneiform tablets and the Sumerian texts are older and all that. It don't have nothing to do with any of that. There's a biblical clock, and I like these other things, because they're telling you really that it is a battle. There are fallen angels that want to become gods and help you do slavery, keep you away from that, doing good and getting your angelic body back and going back to the garden or to the heavenly realm when there's everlasting joy and amazing life. So I'll pull out the shofar here, and we'll give a little toot, and then we'll see you next time, because I have a lot more. If you study them links that I'm going to put in this video, it'll flip you out, but it'll help you understand that without his love within you, you're not going to be able to become nothing. You have to be born again and let him dwell, people. It's tzaddik, it's righteousness. It's not, my way or the highway or any other man-made religion. It's all one. We are one as he is one. So get it right, because It's an amazing, amazing gift when you have most of the world against you. But, Yeshua himself, even Yodebabe, Moses, you go. We don't want to go. We'll die. And Yeshua comes, he shows us, and yet everybody was trying to kill him, and then they did kill the disciples. The serpent don't want you. They want you brick building and serving the mammon. So within all that, be blessed. It's all real, people. It's all real. It's like, who do you want to serve today, So get it right, because there's only one who looks like me and you who opened that gate and came out of that grave. And it's all in Ezekiel 37 if you don't believe the first sentence or first word in the Bible. It's all in Ezekiel 37. He will open your grave. So within all that, shalom, shalom.